little video explaining a little bit about SQL. It stands for, I think, Standardized Query Language or something like that. And there are many SQL applications around. A simple one that I'm going to show here is called SQLite 3. And it's on my Mac here. And you could get it. It's open source and all that stuff. I guess there's help. You could type help for help, but I'm just going to demonstrate some things. So the main idea is that you have tables. So I'm going to create a table. I'll show you how to create a table. I wonder if this completes. No, I guess it doesn't. So complete table people. And we'll need to have an ID for people so we can refer to them later. So we'll call that ID. We'll say that it's an integer and it's going to be a primary key and let's see, maybe they have a name and that's going to be a character thing, and maybe they have an age and that's going to be an integer thing. So that's it. Put a semicolon at the end. So we've just made a table. I can say select star from table to get the contents, and you'll see that there's from person, I guess I called it, and you'll see there's actually nothing. Did I call it people? It's a good video, eh? Yeah, so there's nothing in there. So now what I'm going to do is insert something. So insert into, and then you give the E key never works for me, into, you give the name of the table, so that's people, and you tell it what to insert. I'm not going to bother with the ID because that auto updates. So the name will be, oh yeah, the name and the age. And you say values, and then in parentheses you put, okay, so it would be Dan, what, 63 maybe? Something like that. So now if I look at the table, you see that that's in there. Maybe I'll put another person in. It's going to be Jamie, and 25, I think I remember correctly. And now we've got that. And so then there's other cool things you can say from people where name equals, I think I've got that correctly, Jamie. Or I could say where age less than 30, 300, 30, and you see Jamie. So at the second one here, I think you can see where this is pretty valuable. I really can't demonstrate with just a few things in here, but you could easily have a table of millions of people, and it could do these lookups very quickly, more quickly than bringing it all into R and doing a test there. So basically that's it. That's basically the sort of things you can do. You create tables. You can insert stuff into tables. There's probably 3 different ways of inserting things. You can select things from tables. Maybe all I want is the name. So I just got the name of the people. I'll change this to 300, and you'll see that there are 2 people from this. This is called a query. To be honest, I think this is all called querying. Even creating a table is called a query, actually, but it doesn't seem like a question. It seems like a demand, but anyway, I think they're all called queries. And you can do really interesting queries where you can have multiple tables. Maybe there's a table of people, and then there's a table of, I don't know, like research groups. And there could be a research group for Argo floats. And we would have 2 people. We would make a link between this table of people and the Argo floats. There's a way of making a link between those 2 things. You say that you join the tables. The word is join. And now you can start to do all kinds of really interesting things, because you could have many different types of tables, and you can hook them up in different ways. You could say, well, I'd like to find the ages of all the people who are in this group. So the group only needs to know, let's say, the name, and you can cross-link. So the group, the Argo one, would have the name Dan and the name Jamie and the name Clark and so forth. And yeah, and so you don't have to make a new table which has the information you want. All you need is that there's a way of linking up other tables to extract the information you want. Okay, so that's just a little bit of how that works. And I'm using here SQLite. I've written this in lowercase. Very often you see them in uppercase. I think SQLite ignores the case, actually. Yeah, and to get rid of a table, you can say drop the table, which I guess I may as well just do. I'll say drop people. And table, after table, people. And now I could say, well, what's in that table? And it's going to tell me nothing because there's no such table. This drop command obviously is very scary to use. How is this used? Very seldom do you type this stuff as I'm typing it here. This is just for a demonstration. Normally it's used through some kind of an interface, a web interface, or an application interface. So like when you log into Dell, it has a database table like this, and it's got your banner number. It would be keyed to your banner number. And when you log into MyWeb or MyDell, whatever that's called, it would use that as the key. So now, and then it would just say, well, I'd like to have all the information that maybe you're on a page that shows you decided you want to see your Outlook and you want to see the library, whatever you've decided you want for your page. And it would find that out and it would show it to you. So as I say, most times databases are used through some intermediate product. So that was it. I didn't save it, but you can save it and then reload it later. And obviously that's the way it normally works. That's the end of the video. I hope it was helpful.